Okay, tonight's story. Let's see. Are you ready?
And yep.
Okay. So, it was a night just like this 35 years ago. Only it wasn't a night just like this, it was freezing cold. So, it was a night just like this. Stop. Stop, I'll get to that.
No.
Only it was a night just like this if it were freezing cold and snowing.
Oh.
We woke up the next morning and there was so much snow, almost the door was covered and we couldn't get out. And the schools were all canceled, which actually made us happy that day because it meant snowball fights. So we did. We got bundled up in our biggest coats, and our moms just were worried, oh, you're going to catch a cold. So she made us wear like 16 coats, and I was just like this giant marshmallow looking kid who could barely walk. I had so many coats and pants on. And I couldn't even straighten my arm, or I couldn't bend my arms in. They just hung out like here.
What about socks and underwear?
Yeah, it was all there. I had 3 pair of underwear on and 2 pairs of something called long johns, which is like underwear that goes from your ankle all the way up here to keep you warm. And big old boots and 2 pair of socks, 1 wool and 1 cotton. And so we finally got out of the house after like an hour of dressing. Right? We go out and we meet all of our friends, and they're all sitting there going, hey, I bet. And these were just a bunch of boys. They were roughhousing and all that, right? So we wanted to have a snowball fight, and they said...
A snowball bite?
A snowball bite. And they said, whoever can throw the snowball the farthest gets to pick who licks the pole. And we looked at each other and said, what does that mean? And they said, you better throw the farthest or you'll find out. We thought, okay. So we did. Except I had so much trouble throwing the snowballs because of all my jackets. And guess what? I did not throw it very far. In fact, when the game was over, they said, you get to lick the pole. And I said, I still don't know what that means. And they said, well, you see that lamppost over there? You have to go stick your tongue on it. And I said, no way. I heard that you get stuck to it. And they said, oh, that's just a myth. Nothing's going to happen. And so I said, still not going to do it. And they said, I dare you. And I said, nope. And then they said, I double dog dare you.
What does double dog even mean?
Oh, that's a double dog dare. That's like you can't refuse a double dog dare. Even though that day I said, no way. And if you say no way to a double dog dare, you get punched by all the boys. But because I had all those coats on, didn't bother me a bit. I was so padded. Well, I started to walk away, and the next thing you know, I heard, I triple dog dare you. Bum, bum, bum. And that is like the pinnacle. When somebody triple dog dares, it's game over. You absolutely have to do it. So I wobbled over to the pole. If you don't, then I guess you're shunned by the group. I don't know. No boy has ever not done a triple dog dare. So it could be many things. You could spontaneously combust. You could...
What does that mean?
You know, like blow up, like catch on fire for no apparent reason. You could fall off the next bridge you walk over. I don't know. Maybe it's a lifetime of bad luck. I have no idea because nobody's ever been able to refuse it. Nope. Listen, this is a story.
Just do it.
No. Well, I triple dog dare you to relax and go to sleep while I tell my story.
No.
Okay. Now you're going to find out. Okay. Are you ready to get back on track? Okay, so I go up and I'm like, okay, this isn't real. This isn't going to happen. So I stick my tongue on there and I'm like, see, it's fine. And then I got to pull my tongue off, and lo and behold, it would not come off. And I just started freaking out, and all the boys start laughing. And then I start really freaking out, and then they're like, oh, he's serious. And then they all ran because they didn't want to get in trouble. And I'm standing there by myself.
What about your brother?
Help me, help me. And my brother came back and he realized I actually needed help. So then he had to go get our parents, and then they couldn't get it off. And they had to call the fire department to come out and help get my tongue off. They ended up cutting the pole to get me away from the pole, and then finally was able to warm the metal up so that my tongue could come off the metal. It was disastrous, and I had to wear a bandage on my tongue for 3 weeks to school.
Bandage.
And everybody made fun of me. It was a horrendous experience, but I'll tell you what, I learned: never stick your tongue on a pole.
I already knew that.
Oh, well, that's good. All right, that's it, kiddo. Say goodnight.
How many long was this?
It was 7 minutes.
What?
Nice and short because it's past your bedtime.
Oh, fine.
Yeah. You want to say goodnight?
Good night.
I love you.